Hello, beautiful Cancer. Thank you for being here. My name is Jaden and this is Lighthouse 36. Today I'm doing a general reading for the Cancer Collective for the month of September 2026. I've cleared the space and I've tapped into your energy. The vision that I got was of Cinderella. And the impression that I got is that you're about to have a big glow up, as they call it these days. You're about to have a big glow up. I'm not sure if you're doing beauty magic, fairy magic, but yes, definitely a glow up. It's going to be a time of luxury, of joy, of happiness. I saw her dancing with the prince. So there may even be romance here this month. But let's see what the cards say. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest. Okay, let's get started. Spirit, what messages do you have for the Cancer Collective for September 2026? What is the main theme? Please speak to us through these cards. So we have the base chakra, which is all about stability and safety. Let's get one more overall theme, please, Spirit, for September. Firm foundation. Okay, and notice it's the color red here, like the base chakra. Okay, let's expand on this. Please, Spirit, expand further. The Shah of Wands, or staffs. So that's the King of Wands. Oh, wow. Star. Yeah, like wishing upon a star like Cinderella did. Okay, wishes coming true. One more, please. Oh, too many, Spirit, too many. One, please. One more, please. The Two of Swords. Okay, let's get some clarifiers. Please clarify, Spirit, root chakra or base chakra and firm foundation. So the Four of Cups. King of Wands is the the Ace of Swords. Okay. Star card, please. We've got the Knight of Swords and the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups and Knight of Swords came out for the last reading I did, which was for Aries. So you may have some Aries in your chart. If you feel called to, please check out that reading. Although I do feel kind of like a different energy here. Two of Swords, please clarify. Two of Swords. The Four of Pentacles. Okay. Okay. So Spirit's really talking to me a lot here, giving me lots of downloads. Okay, so the base chakra is your place of safety and stability. Now, trigger warning, you may have experienced bullying as a child, okay? Or it could even be something recent, or it could be something recent where you were in kind of a bullying situation among adults, like I'm hearing the word reprimanded for something, so this could have been at work or something happened recently. where you felt like you were being very judged. Okay. Um, I'm feeling like people have really, I'm just going to say the word trigger warning. It doesn't necessarily mean physical abuse, but they've abused you, okay, in some way. They've taken you for granted or, excuse me, taken advantage of you. I'm hearing like a human punching bag. So this may not be necessarily physical, but emotional, like um, I haven't thought of this person in a million years, but there was someone in my childhood who she was like, the good girl. She did everything her parents said. She was a very good student, very intelligent, okay? But people always made fun of her. So you may have been one of those people, or I was also getting the download or remembering this speech from Big Bang Theory that this character Leonard gave. And he was just talking to the students, not the popular students, but the students um, who were not popular, who were busy studying and getting good grades and learning instruments, like with him playing the cello and what, he called the nerds, if you were a nerd, okay? Um, I feel like you've been at um, like in the past, you've been made to feel like there's something wrong with you. But while you were doing all of this, and this is what Leonard says in his speech, he was learning to be a unique person, an interesting person. And it's those types of people who are successful in the end, who get great jobs and become interesting people because they've developed themselves since childhood. They've been developing their interests, their unique personality. Okay, and Cinderella's kind of the same, she was mistreated by her stepsisters and stepmother. Um, you've been busy building a firm foundation here. Okay. Um, so in the past, it's like you dreamed of a future. Like instead of these cups here, you were dreaming of this golden cup. And you're about to be given that golden cup with the King of Wands here. You're stepping into the spotlight here. Okay. There's wishes coming true for you. But this abuse from the past, this mistreatment, confused you. It's like you weren't sure which way to turn. You were just being you, you know, and but you weren't popular, and it was confusing. Like you weren't hurting anyone, so you didn't understand why they were hurting you, and you know, and this could be even something recent, like maybe at work, like you're not part of a clique a group, like a group of people there. Maybe they've been gossiping about you, and you don't understand this because you're not trying to hurt anybody. Why are people hurting you? Um, why are people judging you? You're not judging anybody. You're just minding your own business. You've been making plans since you were young, You're just trying to pay your bills and reach your goals. keeping your resources to your, like stockpiling your resources, and not necessarily physical resources, but, intellectual resources and values, like just building character is what I'm trying to say, okay? And you have so much to choose from now compared to others. And maybe they're jealous of you because they see that light in you and they're jealous. But you've built a firm foundation, okay? You have a lot of resources to choose from now. And I can see that something you've been wishing for is going to come true, okay? There's something that you've been wishing for, maybe since you were a child, that is coming through for you. Your cup's about to overflow. And I think now you're seeing the truth of things. There's a new beginning here with the Ace of Swords. And you're also seeing the truth now. Maybe you were confused before, but now you're starting to understand things more clearly, like why you were bullied as a child or why these people, are picking on you, even now as an adult. But you're having a glow up, okay? You're about to shine big time, and a dream is coming true. Let me just get a few more cards here. Spirit, can you tell us what this dream is? What is this about, this new beginning, this wish coming true that's bringing so much emotional fulfillment and joy for the Cancer Collective? Please expand on this a little bit more. Tell us more about this. Um, there's a lot of cards here. So here, the Five of Swords. So this represents the confusion that you're leaving behind. Here's the Knight of Cups, okay? So this could be someone who's very romantic, who sweeps you off your feet. So it could have to do with a romantic partner, a love of your life, someone who you're really compatible with, like you've never met anyone who you're really compatible with. And it's funny, it's like the prince in the movie Cinderella. You're about to meet your prince. Queen of Pentacles. So this could also have to do with financial abundance. Maybe you've invested some funds and they're about to pay off. Maybe you're going to hit the jackpot in the lottery. Um, there's some kind of abundance here. Maybe you're just maturing and becoming more confident in yourself. The Queen of Pentacles, she could have a partner, but she's very confident in herself and able to take good care of herself. She doesn't really need anyone, financially to support her. So it could be that. Yeah, and the Three of Swords. You're being taken away from this pain that you've been feeling in the past, okay? Um, there's going to be no more of this. And it could even be a difficult situation that just took place, okay? And, you're kind of like, and this is funny because I believe I mentioned this in the Aries reading as well. So maybe there is something there for you. Maybe you have Aries somewhere in your chart. Usually I read for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, but it could be another placement somewhere in your chart as well. Excuse me. Or you might be having the energy of Aries this month. But I digress. Let's focus on this reading. It could be that something negative happens, okay? And it's like you're very upset about it, but it leads you to take some kind of action, and to something that's going to be a wish fulfillment for you, something that's going to be very prosperous. If this is not a person, it could be just you romancing your life, uh, living a more authentic kind of um, romantic life of your own. um, where you buy your own flowers or you do the things you love or you travel, etc. Um, and so at the time while this is happening, you may be feeling like, oh, why is this happening? Why is this happening again? Or why are people treating me this way? I don't understand. There's heartbreak, there's confusion here, okay? But then later on, you'll look back on it and you'll say, thank God that happened because it led me to do this. And then, that led to this. None of these wonderful things would have happened to me if that bad thing hadn't happened. Um, Kind of like a tower moment. It's The example I used in the Aries reading was, long ago, over 25 years ago, my father's son, who I was married to, he left me, and it was heartbreaking. I was devastated at the time. But shortly after, I ended up going back to school as a mature student. And that was one of the best times of my life and one of the best things that ever happened to me. And I think if if he had stayed with me and I stayed with him, none of the things that happened later on would have happened. And I'm so grateful for the direction my life took me after, that initial upheaval. And I think it's going to be the same for you. It's like Cinderella gets her happily ever after. And of course, this is the Earth realm or planet Earth. So things are going to happen. There's no, um, everything's not going to be perfect from here on, but pretty damn good, living a contented life, a mostly contented life. The gold cup you were dreaming of is yours now. That wish is coming true, and your cup is about to overflow. And you also see the truth of all these things that have happened to you, all these negative things. And you realize, you know, how many resources you have, like what a great person you are, how many gifts you have to share with the world. Beautiful. Okay, let's get a message from Archangel Michael, please. One message from Archangel Michael, please. Any confirmations, clarifications, or additional messages? Archangel Michael, please. What do you want the Cancer Collective to know? Be the real you. Your greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. That is beautiful. Yeah, it's like what I was getting before, like if this started in childhood or even now, as an adult, um, people are trying to sway you to be something different than what you are, like as if there's something wrong with you, you know? And so Archangel Michael is letting you know, don't let people sway you. Don't let people dim your light or change who you are. Beautiful. And I love the colors in that card. Thank you, Archangel Michael. And let's just get it one last card from the angels. One last message from the angels. Any further confirmation, clarification, or additional message, please, for the Cancer Collective? Fulfillment. Yeah. Oh, this is so beautiful. The doors are opening up for you, and there's fulfillment now. Everything you've worked for is about to pay off now. You've remained true to yourself, and it's about to pay off big time. There's a wish coming true here. I'm hearing there's been healing done here. There's been healing. You now see the truth of it. You know there's nothing wrong with you. I'm hearing like the wolf, it doesn't concern itself with what the sheep or the shepherds think about it, you know? It doesn't concern itself with that. And you shouldn't concern yourself either. Or the lion, it doesn't concern itself with what anybody thinks about it. It just does, it's just itself. And I guess that's true of all, all animals or most animals. I know a cat certainly doesn't. A cat does not care what you think about him or her. Yeah. Okay, Cancer, this was a beautiful reading. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. And if you enjoyed this reading, if it resonated with you, please be sure to show this channel some love. In the meantime, I'm wishing you all the very best on your journey and this fantastic glow up that you're about to have. And take good care of yourself, and I'll see you next time. Bye.